Welcome back, dear viewers, to KEL Online Invitational. It's going to be a seed number 2 versus a seed number 15. Stacked players, stacked everything. The map pool is insanely difficult, but we have a matchup between two Asian juggernauts, FlyingTuna versus Misha Awa, and casting this match for you is going to be Lightin, and I'm today joined by none other than Vordi.
I mean, great to be here, KEL Invitational. And I mean, this just shows you, I think, the beauty of invitationals like this. Misha Awa, extremely good player, tournament juggernaut here. And he's coming in at seed 15. Like, there are really, generally speaking, in open bracket, really high-level tournaments, if you're seed 2, your first matchup is probably a freebie. You probably don't really have to worry about it. That's just not the case with any matchup in this tournament. Especially with the, slightly lowered star rating in this round of 16 compared to the qualifiers. A player like Misha Awa, maybe doesn't have as much skill cap as FlyingTuna, but will be a lot more competitive on the star rating, so we should get a lot of close maps.
Indeed, the SR of this pool is going to hover at about 7.7. Definitely still very difficult for a lot of players, not players of this caliber, though this might be just a regular Tuesday walk for them. But that being said, the pool is still quite difficult. The skill sets are there, and I am very excited to see how not only this match, but this tournament will turn out, because we have so many great players in this tournament, and seeing all of them in a 1v1 setting as well is going to be extremely exciting. But with that being said, FlyingTuna did do incredibly well in their qualifiers. They got seed number 1 for Nomad 1, actually. Got a score of 945,000. Also really good on the tech. Nomad 4, Hidden 2, and HR2 for Precision 2. While on the other hand, Misha Awa, their main scores are Double Time 2 and Hidden 1, which is surprising. And the Hidden 1 not so much, but Double Time 2 from Misha is definitely something that you would not expect from a player of Misha's caliber, who's more well known to be. Obviously, all of them are all-rounders, but still, when you think of Misha Awa, you don't necessarily think of speed and stamina.
Yeah, the DT2 in qualifiers is interesting as well, because the stamina check wasn't as bad, but it's 315 BPM, really bursty, and that different type of burstier map is sometimes a lot more in people's comfort zones compared to the more stamina straining maps. But I do think it is going to be that type of tapping map that, if Misha Awa is feeling good on, will really be a good option to pick into, because FlyingTuna, being seed 2, doesn't really have a lot of weaknesses to exploit. Incredible at aim, incredible at hard rock, really good at hidden, great at tech, great at alt. Really the only weakness Tuna had in his qualifiers was that Nomad 2 and that DT2, so stamina, streams, and speed. So if Misha Awa is feeling good on those skill sets, I think those are the ones to look at, because a lot of the other things Misha Awa is good at, Misha Awa, incredible hidden player, FlyingTuna is going to contest you on the hidden, so if the speed's not feeling good, I think Misha Awa still should pick into the hidden, but it's going to be tough to get those picks.
Yep, definitely. So, in general, I feel like the strategy for Tuna in this case, you might want to go for a low AR, I think, on paper, and obviously tech. That Nomad 4 performance on the qualifiers is something to be afraid of, and in general, the overall aim comfort too. You look at maps like Nomad 1, you look at maps like potentially HR1 as well. Lies playing truth in that map pool is just so juicy. But I guess we're gonna have to wait. The players are still probably getting into the lobby, I'd imagine, but still super. Oh, webcam setup. Ooh.
Yeah, I think initially Shao needed a quick 5-minute break or delay to the start of the match. Maybe players just still getting in. Not too much more else. I mean, is there any maps in the pool that you have an eye on as just something you want to see?
Yeah. Personally, I am a huge fan of the HR1. HR1 has been in Host Original for OWC 2024, if I recall correctly, as a tiebreaker. This time around, it is on HR1. I personally pulled it once on Nomad, but I feel like it shines a lot more on HR, and it's just a really, really cool map. For other maps, really excited to see how that No Mod for You will play out. In general, I'm just a huge fan of Mega Fans mapping, and they did a really good job on that Rhythm No Mod 3 that I'm really, really looking forward to. And that's also in addition to something like Hidden One, which is I'm also quite excited to see once more. HR3 maybe not so much. It has been seen in a lot of tournaments. It's Our Destiny, a collab between Azrok and Ishtiak. But you always love to see those mappers on those tech skill sets. Azrok and Ishtiak being basically the primary front runners of that skill set when it comes to mapping for the past year or two. But yeah, those are the maps that I'm looking for. Maybe something along the lines of No Mod 2 would also be quite exciting. I've seen this on another tournament, a Vita Cup, a regional Russian open rank tournament. CIS, not just Russian, but yeah, I'd be kind of excited to see that as and compare the scores from the players that played it in that tournament. But other than that, should be it. What are your thoughts on the map? What are you looking forward to?
Hard Rock 3 just because I really like the song. It'd be the kind of map if I had to play that kind of really slider heavy hard rock map. It'd be pretty tough, but it's a banger. Some of the DTs, I think DT4 is cool. It's interesting to see a lot of high AR in this pool. Like which I like. Often you see like the DT4 if it's going to be old style mapping, it'll be like 9.6 with DT, but it's also 10.3. Way more higher spacing, which I always like in a DT. You often get DT1s being like smaller spacing, higher BPM, obviously, but I do like the lower BPM DT maps. You don't really see many maps like this DT4 in pools. It's like really rare to see.
True.
So I do like to see that.
And the style of that DT4 is also like quite oldish, but it has been actually submitted in 2025, which is also very fascinating. In one point, but yeah, you wanted to say something as well. Sorry for interrupting you a little.
Oh no. I mean, Hidden 2 is pretty funny. I saw this recently. This was pooled as a No Mod 5, I think, in the Oceania Cup, which was MREC's Oceanic only tournament. It was a No Mod 5, so obviously much easier without the hidden. It's a pretty basic game map, but it's one of those like comparing the scores kind of pick where I'm just curious to see how the players do compared to players I saw in the previous tournament without the hidden. Yeah, that's kind of hidden. We're still waiting on the players here.
Pretty much, but the weather outside. Let's talk about the weather, I guess, shall we?
So, the weather, yeah.
The weather. We've been talking about this before the match started. I just looked outside and noticed, the sunshine is so cool. It's like the perfect weather for cycling. Recently bought a bike as well. I have been cycling a lot to my uni and to the place where I study as well. Some extracurricular stuff. Cycling is very fun, especially in my city.
Oh, dude, if you want to talk about cycling, commentator, dude, talk to T1G when he's free. He is a cycling fanatic. He has been on the grind for a while now, and we just flipped a straight. Hopefully the players are in. That's what it means.
Yep.
As we see the pool laid out in front of us. And mentioning it again, in terms of Misha Awa's picks, I think I already said it. You should look at some of the speedier maps if he's feeling good on them, just as weaknesses he can target against Tuna. As for Tuna picks, it's basically everything that isn't speed, which is, a lot of options. He could go ult, he could go tech, he could go pure aim. In terms of something that was like a Misha Awa weakness, it honestly just might be pure aim. Misha Awa, 16th overall in the No Mod 1. Tuna, first overall, you can't get a bigger disparity than that. So honestly, just pure aim might be really good here for Tuna.
Definitely. I mean, behind 35,000 score in the No Mod 1, in comparison to Tuna's 945,000, is just day and night between these two players. So I'd imagine, if anything, the first ban coming in from Misha Awa would probably be that No Mod 1 paired up with an HR1. HR1 probably a lot more manageable in general too. While Tuna probably will go for that DT2 and no mod 5, but we see a Hard Rock free ban from Misha Awa, which is also fair. It's going to be your
Yeah.
slider tech map out of the way. Tuna, famously known for his tech capabilities and his tech prowess. Also got seed number 2 for no mod 4 in qualifiers for this own tournament, for this same tournament. So yeah, that's a good scouting ban from Misha, while FlyingTuna still thinking on their ban.
Yeah, I mean, this Hard Rock 3 really, really punishing if you're not just an extremely skilled tech player. It's also one of those maps where if you can't really hit the slider ends and you can't really ack it, so OD10 as well being Hard Rock, you basically can't miss, because if you ever miss, you'll just get cooked. As Tuna bans out the other 2 Hard Rock maps, so we are seeing no Hard Rocks at all.
Wow.
The players have handshaked. They do not want to see AR10 OD10. Very interesting.
Honestly, kind of based. But yeah, no Hard Rocks for today. No AR10 OD10. Honestly, as a mapper as well, when you take a look at something like Hard Rock breaks a lot of the mapper's intentions a lot because it flips the map. So honestly, kind of based.
Man, as a Hard Rock enjoyer, those vertical flips doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything now. But you know, I understand. Interesting to see the double Hard Rock ban from Tuna, mostly just because, you know, he had a really good Hard Rock performance. He got 2nd on the Hard Rock 2, which was the Precision, 4th on the Hard Rock 1. It wasn't particularly something misha awa was comfortable on. Misha awa getting 16th and 14th on those maps, respectively. So I don't really understand the Hard Rock bans, but maybe just not feeling good on them. As misha awa bans the No Mod 2, which I guess just shows that he isn't comfortable at stamina. Obviously, in theory, it's great if you can pick a No Mod 2 into Tuna, but in practice, misha awa also didn't have a great time with the No Mod 2 in quali, so probably just not comfortable himself.
Yeah, and the stamina requirement for this map is also a lot higher in comparison. It being 210, it also being an Ravensong map. From what I've seen, when it came to the players on this map, you either play this well, or you just don't play this at all. And given how misha awa is not really particularly comfortable with stamina, never have been well known for this, it also is a pretty good ban that is warranted from their side. But with that being said, we already get our first pick on the board, which is going to be No Mod 3 Shogo Nomura Egoist. Is going to be a map from MegaFan that was made for Laser Grand Arena last year. Very rhythm heavy, a lot of 1/6, 1/4, and 1/3 elements scattered throughout this entire map, and in general, just a really, really good map by itself. 176 BPM, quite lengthy, also about 3 minutes long. But with that, it is time to start, and here we can see the hand cams.
Oh, we got hand cams? That's sick. Okay, that's actually really cool. Oh man, that's pretty cool. I like this as just a good misha awa pick. Like, this map seems like something misha awa would be very comfortable on, really strong on. And you could say the exact same thing for Tuna, but when you're in a situation like this, you're up against a player as good as Tuna, and you don't really have the tools to exploit his only significant weakness. You just have to accept that Tuna's gonna probably put a pretty good score on pretty much anything, and you just gotta trust your own strengths here, which I think is what misha awa is doing. As right now, just holding onto that ACK lead as both players comboing.
Yep, the ACK also a significant factor for this map with the rhythm. ACK is going to be off the essence for here, but still 12,000 score difference. The map is already quarter off the way in. misha awa retains the lead, 99.1% accuracy, while Tuna struggles a little bit, but still the FC is there, and that's all that matters. And if we see a single miss, then it might be over for one of those players, but still, so far, so good. The FCs are intact. FlyingTuna slowly building up that accuracy, covering about 97.5. misha awa still on that 99%. The EI is on the board, 1/3 of the map already gone, but so far, they are doing a fantastic job here. No misses. It's just rock solid for both of these players.
And I mean, not 90% anymore, but this accuracy from misha awa is incredible. Very, very difficult to attack this map. Very rhythm intensive, but misha awa extremely prolific on leaderboard farming, so he knows how to get SSs. He knows how to get incredibly high ACK. It's back about 99%, and both players are still comboing this map. This map is no joke. This pool, any FC is impressive even at this stage. But both players are doing it, and it's really just the accuracy keeping misha awa ahead of things, but a single miss and things will flip.
Yeah, it's been about 10,000 score difference for this entire map. 2/3 of the map now gone, but FlyingTuna finally finds a miss. There's the opening, but misha awa still holds on. No trade in the site so far. The 1/6, the 1/3, not catching him off guard. 60,000 score difference, building more and more with every second. Already 80,000. I feel like misha awa might be running away with this. And an unfortunate miss from FlyingTuna has been building up accuracy for quite a while, but now fallen as misha awa will be continuing to dance in this no mod 3, continuing to hold on to the combo. Still another miss from Tuna, and the question that we have is whether Misha can finish it off with an FC. No, he won't. Finds the miss at the last possible section of this map, but the damage has been done. 200,000 score difference, and misha awa with the first point on the board, Vordi.
I mean, a really good score from both players. We saw this map being played in the previous match between Box and Intercamping. Misha awa's score would have beaten both of them here, as ends 74-7k. Just a really, really good start here. And this is what I like to see, you know. FlyingTuna performed really well. 566k is nothing to scoff at all. It's going to beat a lot of the players here this weekend, but you just got to trust your own strengths here, and worked out really well for misha awa. First pick in the bag as we move on to Tuna. And aim's looking good. Gotta be careful picking control maps like that, though. Being flow control, it's pretty specific, but gotta respect what misha awa can do on those skill sets.
Indeed. Like, if you take a look at the hidden pool, for example, you have that hidden free that in theory might be Tuna build, but misha awa can also definitely pop off and show a huge performance on the maps like hidden free. So definitely maps like those are a lot more risky in comparison. And also picking aim straight away might be a little risky, given that you still need to get off the shake, you still need to get comfy, and might be a little risky in general, but honestly, given how well Tuna has played that Nomad 1 in qualifiers, I'm still looking at that Nomad 1 for even this round of 16. Granted, the SR is a lot lower in comparison, definitely more in the comfort area for misha awa, but still, Nomad 1, probably the map that I'm willing to bet Tuna is thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a seed, 1 overall in a mud 1 versus a 16 overall in a mud 1, I think at some point you just gotta trust that that indicates something at the very least. It indicates pretty big disparity in comfort. Other options though, I like that Nomad 4. It's a bit of a mix of tech and ult, and then you have a hidden one, which is a bit of an ult hidden, but we see Nomad 6, so getting into the low AR rating map. Tuna, first break here. Misha awa looking really well practiced, which is always lovely to see on maps like this. Does find a miss though. Now Tuna trying to get a nice recovery here on his first pick, so pretty big here that he wins this one.
The map is going to be quite short in comparison, 2 minutes and 26 seconds long, so every single combo will be of utmost importance here, but so far the difference is very small. Both players holding on to the combo, but not anymore though. Misha awa finds him as a huge miss as well, loses a lot of accuracy, but Tuna is still looking good. The reading prowess for that player is showing just right now. Yeah, exactly. This map is so brutal when it comes to reading. Not only is this AR7, but the overall control that you need for this map is so brutal, so unforgiving. But FlyingTuna is doing the job so right. 80,000 score difference and growing. Half of the map gone. Misha awa, another miss, while Tuna, the miss is not even in sight anymore.
I mean, FlyingTuna, I'm just staring at his cursor on this section. It is just a joy to watch. The level of precision, the comfort on patterns that just look absolutely unplayable for the vast majority of the player base. Hits that wiggle perfectly. Oh my goodness. FlyingTuna is just looking right at home here on this Nomad 6, and already the pick is over. It is just a measurement of how big the difference will be by the end, and given how this pick went, Lightin, I think Hidden 2 at some point in this match looks like a very good option for him.
Oh, for sure. It's so interesting to see Bancho doing Bancho things while the players are
While they're
still tapping
tapping?
on their
Yeah,
keyboards.
yeah,
Yeah, that's such a nice contrast, all things considered. Uh, looks like Flying Tuna might be a little bit disconnected here from the Bancho. Uh, does happen sometimes. Probably still going to be there for the MP link. If not, you can always put the hand come a bit higher to show the results. But that being said, Misha Awa will be finishing up the map. Sadly, we will not be able to see how well did Flying Tuna do. Maybe just a few tiny glimpses from the hand cam, but still such a good performance from Tuna.
Looks like he ended 531k, so almost doubling the score. So extremely impressive performance from Tuna. Got a 749 combo. And yeah, I mean, given that performance, Misha Awa, like, able to play that decently, but nowhere near as comfortably as Flying Tuna. And do you think that opens up the other low AR pick in the hidden 2? Which is not really reading, it's basically just pure low AR hidden aim. But should be something very good for him. As Misha Awa takes that double time 3, which I do like. I think it leans in. It's probably the most similar thing to that DT2 in qualifiers.
Oh, for sure.
Played it very well in qualifiers. Tuna not having as great of a time, so I think pretty clear pick here.
Yep. Not going to be as high of a BPM as that DT2 from qualifiers, but still on that very mashable range. 285 BPM bursts for this map. In comparison, the qualifiers DT2 was 315, so just about 30 BPM difference, which might not seem a lot, but it's actually a lot. Especially for the higher BPM side of things. So could be something that will be a leveraging factor for Flying Tuna, but I guess we will figure it out as the map goes on. High AR as well, very modern mapping, 10.3 AR. Also, the map is extremely short. It's going to be 1 minute and 13 seconds long, so it's going to be a breeze through this map, and every single combo drop will cost the player a lot of score. So let's see how they will do on Bezilix.
Man, 1 minute and 13. The nerves of picking a map this short, but it's going to bite Tuna. He has that early drop, has the accolade still, which is actually keeping him ahead of Misha Awa despite that break. But obviously, as the combos build up, Misha Awa should get that advantage back. Good accuracy from Tuna here, and as you said, with a map this short, any miss here could be the deal breaker.
Indeed, but still, Misha Awa slowly building up the accuracy. The players just hands reach between each other. It's been shifting back and forth, left and right. This tug of war never ends, but here comes the Ki. Here come more triples, more bursts, but Misha Awa finds a miss though. Flying Tuna will be running away immediately. Another miss from Misha Awa, exacerbates the situation even further, but Flying Tuna still with the combo, 400 combo and counting, finally finds a miss, but still 100,000 score difference. Another miss from Misha Awa, and the accuracy is so high for Tuna in comparison. 5% score difference, actually, not the score difference, sorry, accuracy difference, but still a third of the map left, and it looks like this pick might have backfired, Vordi.
Yeah, I mean, I think Misha Awa struggling both on some way of the accuracy department, obviously behind Tuna, but also the aim. Some of that high BPM aim section in the middle catching him out, as Misha Awa building up a recovery, but I just don't think there is anywhere near enough time for Misha Awa to mount the comeback. That is going to be the first breakpoint here. Tuna winning it on the double time 3 against Misha Awa. Misha Awa just having a tough time of it. Now up 2-1 going into his second pick.
Yep, a break point for Flying Tuna, a perfect opportunity to take the momentum and shift it towards yourself. Definitely not the performance that we've anticipated for this map, but nonetheless a good try from Misha Awa. Maybe the speed warm-up was not there, maybe just something did not align right, but nonetheless a break point is here. And Flying Tuna, given how well they just did on Nomad 6, that hidden 2 that we've been talking about is suddenly a really, really good option.
Yeah, I mean, definitely at some point, looks pretty clear. Hidden 1, maybe also pretty good option. We haven't really seen any ult yet, but Tuna picking the Nomad 5, so he fires back on speed against Misha Awa, who just lost that double time 3. I think Tuna maybe seeing the accuracy Misha Awa had. And the thing is, I think this map as well, Tuna has experience. I'm almost certain Tuna would have played this in OWC in the finals, the grand finals, when this was pulled there. So definitely practice on this in Mod 5.
Yep. Was original, if I recall correctly, for OWC 2023, and FlyingTuna has definitely played this at some point in their career. But that being said, finally transitioning into the map, let's see how Misha Awa will fare. Suddenly that loss on DT3 has opened up a dam, and this dam is about to flood him as the speed comes in. So far, just the start, but already a few act drops, nothing too significant. But the map also on the shorter side, 2 minutes and 38 seconds long. Not as short as DT3, but still, so far, the combos are there. The accuracy is a lot better in comparison too. But here starts the map.
And a map like this, it's all about endurance. Both players in the beginning looking pretty good, not really having any struggles, but it's the real tapping players who are going to be good at the end of this map. And thus far, we are dead even on accuracy. Look at the score, 61. It's like not even an advantage. Could not be any more closer to these two players at this point. As Misha Awa dropping some notes and finds a massive chain miss. Looking like a big cursor shake there as well. Just couldn't get the aim together, and now gives FlyingTuna a massive advantage here.
Yep, and a massive runway to run away from Misha Awa. The FC is still intact. The accuracy is a lot healthier. 2% accuracy difference and the KI on the board to exacerbate the situation even further. The score is building. 80,000. Another miss from Misha Awa. Collapse from the Hong Kong side here, but FlyingTuna continues to hold on. 130,000 score difference going even higher as we speak. The streams are not a problem. A few hundreds being dropped here and there, but still the combo is intact. Finally drops some slider break, I suppose, on the slider, but still the combo is there, the accuracy is there, and FlyingTuna continues to shred through the map while Misha Awa still remains behind.
You know, normally a miss in the middle for Tuna could prove in some matchups to be a devastating spot to break, but here it just does not matter. Misha Awa does not have combo at this point, does not have the accuracy, does not have the score, so Tuna will not be punished by that slider break, as he just needs to comfortably roll out the last quarter of this map. Ends that stream with a miss at the very end, but Misha Awa just not enough time, even if he managed to combo right to the end with an SS, I don't think, to get the score back.
Yeah, you would need a miracle. You need a total collapse from FlyingTuna to have any sort of chance on the Snow 5. But Misha Awa does have a recovery. The chances are slim, especially since the map is also slowing down, but not anymore though. The KI is still there, and the accuracy is looking good. FlyingTuna finds a miss though, 150,000 score difference. I don't think Misha has time, all things considered, but still a valiant attempt from his side. Another miss, but ultimately it will not matter as FlyingTuna takes the momentum, and it's the score of 3-1.
Honestly, very impressive stuff by FlyingTuna. I went into this match saying that if Misha Awa is comfortable on tapping, these are the types of maps he should be picking into Tuna. But for reference, this 458k in the match that was just played between Emmerich and Nahus, Emmerich won that pick by over 200k with 477k. So this is a very competitive speed performance, even against the player at the level of Emmerich. So very, very good stuff from Tuna here, as now up 3-1, consolidated that breakpoint he took from Misha Awa. And now Misha Awa looking for something like that No Mod 3, some kind of magical map that he can put up, you know, a 700k on, something that can contest the likes of Tuna.
Yeah, but the options are, I mean, if you look at the options, you have a similar Hidden 1, kind of. No Mod 3 being a lot more rhythm heavy, while Hidden 1 is going to be more ult focused. Also quite snappy in comparison. Hidden 3 is also an option for Misha. We've been talking about Hidden 3 as a potential FlyingTuna pick that might be a bit contested, but at this point, I'm not really sure what other options Misha might have other than these two maps. Because the mechanics so far were taken, but they go DT1 instead. Propane Nightmares, map by Professional Box. Interesting choice here from Misha Awa.
I mean, it's just an interesting choice given the DT3. I mean, obviously this map is more aim focused than that double time 3, but we, you know, saw some uncomfortability in the aim from Misha Awa on those more aimy sections. This map, lower BPM, it's only 261, but the spacing is going to increase. It still has elements of speed as well, which Tuna has back-to-back one on between the DT3 and the Nomad 5. So, could be a map that Misha Awa is just much more comfortable on, but given what we've seen, it's looking like an uphill battle right now.
Pretty much, but I guess Misha is ready. That DT3 is his statement that it was a fluke. This time around, I'm here to perform. And so far, I mean, it's just the start. The map is going to be a lot longer in comparison. It's not going to be 1 minute and 10 seconds. That breeze that we had on DT3, this map is going to be 3 minutes and 33 seconds long. So a lot more wiggle room, a lot more opportunities for misses, and a lot more room for consistency as well. So far, so good. The first build-up coming up. Misha Awa has a higher accuracy, but still, FlyingTuna not so far behind, only about 0.7% off from him, but nonetheless, the combos are there, and the map is slowly but surely building up towards that KI.
Right now, Misha Awa looking very, very comfortable, which is what you want to see on his pick here, especially down breakpoint. Tuna matching that FC right now, that slight act lead for Misha Awa, and looking a little bit like a repeat of what we saw in that Nomad 3, which it ends up holding it, to the end will be a good thing for Misha Awa, but very long map, so plenty of time here for things to change.
Indeed, but still the score difference, only about 3,000 score, so small in margin, but Misha Awa finds a miss on the burst though, and FlyingTuna once again will be running away with this. Flying, what might even say, 30,000 score difference and growing even more as the FC retains, and the accuracy is just so good, so immaculate from the side of this Korean player. 60,000 score difference and growing, while Misha Awa remains strong behind. That miss will cost him a lot. Still half of the map left, and if you're rooting for Misha, you gotta hope for FlyingTuna to find a miss, but it's not here yet.
Yeah, I mean, asking Tuna to break on a DT1 at the round of 16 stage, it's asking a lot, as Misha Awa finding multiple breaks afterwards as well, which quells the possibility of a comeback even more, as Tuna is still just holding, looking unbelievably comfortable, not finding any misses on any of these 5-note bursts, triples, doubles coming off the sliders. Just has everything firing at all cylinders, as we have a massive break here.
Indeed. Says, damn, frustrated with the performance, but more so impressed by how well FlyingTuna is hitting and performing on this DT1. And this matchup in general, Tuna has been on fire. Still a quarter of the map left. The FC is still there, and the point already long secured for him. But what is left is to try and FC this map. The build-up is there once more for that second KI, and can he do it? No, he will not. He finds this unfortunate miss on the transition, but still such a good score from him. Loses a lot of accuracy in the process, but still such a good showing.
I feel the pain. I mean, the one big stream in the map, this map is basically aim and then a lot of bursts and triples. There's just one big stream, and that's the thing Tuna breaks on as he looks to get through everything else other than that break. And Misha Awa, pretty good recovery here. 500 combo to his name, but just will not matter with the score Tuna's built up. He looks to take this match 4-1 going into his next pick here, and this is where things look a little bit bleak for Misha Awa.
Indeed, but you gotta remember the 4-1 curse, that curse score that has been haunting tournament players for years and years. And that might be the saving grace that Misha Awa might need for this matchup, because so far FlyingTuna, aside from that Nomad 3, has been dominating every single map, time and time again. So you gotta hope for miracles if you are rooting for Misha. The options are there. That DT1, once again, a break point given away, taken, snatched from his hands as FlyingTuna takes Misha's peak, and it's time to pick his own map. And it doesn't take a lot to figure out that DT2 is going to be the logical conclusion here. All the mechanics maps so far have shifted towards the Korean
And it's interesting as well because I think as you know, these aren't really the picks I think Tuna would have made against a lot of the other players in this tournament, right? So especially
Yeah.
some of the really big speed hitters. Like for example, right, like seed 14 is Atkins. Tuna is not picking number 5 DT2 against Atkins, but in this matchup it just works. Tuna has just been playing the speed better than Misha Awa. And when you're just better at speed at someone, it's just the most safe pick. It's the most safe option. When Misha Awa did what he did on that Nomad 3, do you want to pick aim control into him? He's an amazing aim control player, but it's a bit more of a risk. But if you're just better on the tapping, it's just a very solid pick to go for here.
True. But here comes the stamina map. The stamina skill set that Misha Awa banned earlier on with that Nomad 2, and so far every single mechanics map has just not gone his way, and FlyingTuna is abusing that to his advantage. But so far, here comes the Ki. A few hundreds dropped, a lot of accuracy dropped as well for Misha Awa. FlyingTuna looking a lot better in comparison for now, but still the combo is intact for both of these players. The stream just never ends. 64 notes and counting, going for more and more. The spacing is also increasing, but the players do not budge. They continue to hold on to their combos. The first Ki already long gone, and that's where the stamina will start taking its effect.
Yeah, man, Tuna dropping a little bit back there, but look at his accuracy on this never-ending stamina check at 225. Does drop to 99% big time here. Now a little bit closer to Misha Awa. Loses even more accuracy as Misha Awa is still holding through this entire section, not budging any 100s. And Tuna now way below Misha Awa has dropped the score lead. And now it's going to come down to who can hold. Still a very long map, a lot of time left to go here, but both players holding steady.
Indeed. Stamina might have ended here for FlyingTuna a little bit before that spinner, but still half of the map left. It's still just about anyone's game. 20,000 score difference is slowly shifting towards the left as FlyingTuna gets a few less 100s in these sections. So far, so good for both of them, but it's on the knife's edge. A single miss will be the determining factor for this map, but those are not here yet as we settle in for the break.
Oh, an evil break as well. Those breaks, man, I'm so used to seeing an instant miss after those breaks, but we didn't see an instant miss. Which is always lovely to see as we have another even longer break here. Both players know the situation. Both players know they can't really miss. Otherwise, the pick is likely immediately lost. Tuna praying for Misha Awa miss, because if Misha Awa FCs, you'll probably at this rate have the better accuracy.
Indeed. The pressure is on. 1 quarter remains and the streams are coming back. More stamina to check. The fingers are not resting at all. A few hundreds being dropped here and there for Misha Awa. A bit of a shaky aim as well. FlyingTuna is looking a little more confident into this last quarter, but still the combos are there, and that's all that matters. One final Ki to settle all of this. The streams once again just not stopping. 100 notes more to count. 13,000 score difference. Misha is slowly losing the accuracy, giving out that accuracy to FlyingTuna, but FlyingTuna is also finding a lot of 100s here and there. It's still just about anyone's game. What are they doing, Vordi? How are they holding onto this FCs? For this map, this is just ridiculous so far. Misha Awa finally finds a miss, but FlyingTuna still holds on. 20,000 score difference. Will he be able to finish the job? It's already shifted. He just needs to hold on. 2,400 combo and counting. He continues to hold. Not the player that you know for stamina, but he does the job so well. Finally finds a miss, but it was more than enough for FlyingTuna to secure the match point on this DT2.
I mean, just incredible by both players, man. Take everything I said about Tuna's tapping weakness I said at the beginning as a potential exploitation you could do. Just throw it in the bin. I was clearly wrong. Tuna came ready to play. Misha Awa, S rank, better accuracy. Very, very winnable pick here. Would have been a phenomenal breakpoint, especially after losing a couple of the previous tapping maps. Just really impressive stuff by both players. As somebody who is handicapped on stamina, I'm just not watching that. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how their fingers go that fast for that long. It's just really impressive stuff here. As Tuna now up 5-1, and Misha Awa to pick here. Still just that no mod 3 that worked out well. And honestly, I kind of like that hidden 3. It's the closest thing to that no mod 3. And assuming misha awa is comfortable on the hidden right now, which I think misha awa, phenomenal hidden player, could work well.
Yep. You can go for that hidden 3, you can go for that DT4 as well. DT4 is also a bit ulti, a bit control heavy, which misha awa might like. But man, such a nail biter on that DT2. I guess players need some time to recover, and frankly, I need to recover as well. That was such a crazy performance from both Misha and FlyingTuna. And instead, we see Nomad 1 being picked by misha awa. We've been talking about FlyingTuna's performance on the Nomad 1 for qualifiers being the #1 seed, while misha awa was the number 16 seed in comparison, but I guess misha awa has other plans. He is ready for that Nomad 1 gamble.
I mean, I don't mind this pick at all. I think when you're on match point, you have to win 5 consecutive picks, including tiebreaker. There's almost no bad pick, and I think Nomad 1 is definitely a solid pick. If you're going to win 5 maps in a row, you're just going to have to win the Nomad 1, right? It's probably going to be something FlyingTuna picks anyway, and the tiebreaker is going to test similar Nomad consistency, so may as well just get out of the way. And, you know, it's Nomad 1. It's inherently kind of a gamble. Now, saying that, I did mention at the beginning, Tuna with the #1 Nomad 1 qualifier versus misha awa with the 16th, but a little bit easier, a little bit lower star rating. It's going to be more comfortable, and can always win a Nomad 1.
Indeed. And the BPM as well. The last time, the last qualifier's Nomad 1 was 256 BPM. Very fast and very mechanics heavy. This one, in comparison, it's still mechanics, but its BPM is a lot more manageable. It's at 210, a whole different map, a whole different genre, and I guess that is something that misha awa is going for. But yeah, the map starts off.
Could certainly just be more comfortable on this map than he was on the qualifiers, and as I say that, finds a miss on the aim. Can't really blame him. The aim consistency in this map, no joke, even in the quieter section which we're seeing right now, still very missable. Tuna had some axe struggles in the intro burst, but has the combo, and that's what matters most at the end of the day.
Indeed, but thankfully to misha awa, this map is quite long, so FlyingTuna will have a lot more opportunities to miss on this map, if anything. But still, first quarter off the map gone. So far, a pretty confident showing, a few hundreds being dropped here and there, but still 2 players looking quite comfy. FlyingTuna with a pretty significant combo lead, all things considered, as we get into the first PI. The bursts do not catch anyone. Those bursts and the spacing for them is honestly just so brutal, but the jumps as well. After that, not catching anyone. The streams also just not budging once more. FlyingTuna still with the FC. misha awa with the recovery, breathing on his neck, but finally finds a miss though, as FlyingTuna continues to hold on to that combo.
You know, with a map like this, for most players, I'd be expecting a miss, you know, especially as we're getting past the halfway point. I'm expecting a break, but with Tuna, I feel safe. I feel comfortable in this FC. I feel way too comfortable. He's just this good at aim. There's a reason he was #1 on the Nomad 1 qualifiers. His aim consistency is really on another level here. And with those breaks from misha awa, Tuna would basically need to miss now for there to be a real chance. And I just don't think we're going to see that.
Well, still more than doable. Those KIs and those bursts are extremely evil. And I will not be surprised if FlyingTuna will find misses on those sections. But for the slower ones like these, it's just a cakewalk. It's just cutting through the butter as FlyingTuna continues to hold on. 1,000 combo barrier already broken a long time ago, as the second KI is in our eyes so far. The bursts, the streams, nothing just catches him. Nothing catches him. 99.2% accuracy too, and it just continues to hold, continues to build that combo, continues to build the accuracy. Just look at FlyingTuna go.
I mean, yeah, this is just a maestro doing his work. misha awa building up a really solid recovery here. About to get 600 combo. It's just not going to matter as much as Tuna has currently doubled his score line. Quarter of the map left, and he's still just going. None of these bursts are finding any issues for him. And when you consider the fact that he lost basically all of his accuracy at the very beginning of the map, he's pretty much been on a near SS since then.
Exactly, Misha Awa already drawing that GG with the smoke, and it is indeed a good game. But all that is left for FlyingTuna to do is to finish up this map and this match with a bang. Will he be able to FC this map up until the very end? More streams, higher spacing is still there. The map just becomes a lot more difficult on the last section, but still FlyingTuna continues to put on a masterclass, a maestro performance. As you have said prior, FlyingTuna 1700 combo, a few more jump patterns to go. It's within armor's reach, but he finds a miss at one of those full screen jumps. But still, such a good score from FlyingTuna. Misha Awa as well, 1000 combo at the end, holding through the most brutal parts of the map too. But unfortunately, it was never meant to be, as FlyingTuna takes this match with a score of 6-1.
It's an incredible score from Tuna. Just that one really, really deviously spaced horizontally chips on. And, you know, normally it's cats who eat fish, but this time it is the fish that ate the cat. Tuna just too strong. Wins this matchup 6-1 as the seed 2 up against Misha Awa, and will be moving on in the bracket. But obviously Misha Awa is not done anytime soon for this tournament, as it is double elimination. So we'll have another go of it in the losers bracket.
Indeed, such a good showing, and good luck to Misha Awa in the losers bracket, and good luck to FlyingTuna in his adventure in the winners bracket. But that being said, with this, let's see where the players will be placing. FlyingTuna will have to play against the winner of Tekito versus AlphaU, while Misha Awa will be waiting for the loser of that same pair. So I guess we will be waiting for that. But with that being said, and with the schedule ahead of us, the next match is gonna happen at 16 UTC between Milosh and Decaden.
And that should be a good one. I think that is going to be the last match for Saturday. So the remaining 4 matches will be all on Sunday tomorrow. So I hope to see you all there. Every matchup in this tournament is going to be a banger, just given the quality of the players. So hope to see you all there.
Yep. And with that, congratulations to FlyingTuna once again. And casting this match for you was Lightin and Vordi, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.